Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yep. USB audio codec. So the one right below that. That one. Yep. That's us. Oh, hey, wouldn't you know? It's the same thing, yes.
Man, I'm done with like 4 bands.
A pleasant welcome to Marine Hendricks Field on this Wednesday night. Maryland Bobcats action up against the Michigan Stars. Good evening, I'm Max Walpuff, and on behalf of all of us at the Maryland Bobcats, alongside James Consoli, welcome. We're happy you've chosen us as part of your entertainment tonight. James, tonight the Bobcats are coming in 11-game NISA win streak, and they've been incredible here. But the only team they've lost to? Michigan.
Yeah, it's kind of been a tale of two cities for these two teams right here. Bobcats 11-game win streak, like you've been talking about, but for Michigan, it hasn't really looked all that pretty. I mean, the last games they've actually played, their last five, they're 1-1-3 in, and that's actual games played. The last time they actually played an on game in the grass, June 2nd.
Yeah, it's been a while. Their last victory was a 3-0 forfeit victory over the Savannah Clovers, if I'm not mistaken. But tonight, Maryland putting out a very good lineup tonight. A lot of their players of the month from the month of July make it in.
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
pleasant honors, all well deserved.
You got that right. The July's best 11 included Darwin Espinal, Jocelyn Posien, Luis Almeida, Jacob Boyle, and head coach Alex Cow. But the Stars, not a single player listed in July's best 11.
It's a little hard to make it into the July's best 11 when you haven't played a game since June 2nd. So you have to remember that they haven't won a game since June, and they haven't played for a while. So it has been a bit for Michigan. But they are familiar with this field. This is their first visit to Marine Hendricks Field. We'll see how things shake out. In the Bobcats, it has been an incredible run of form. 14 victories in a row if you count the NISA Independent Cup.
No, you got that right, Max. What are you looking for tonight out of these two teams, especially from the Bobcats' perspective?
From the Bobcats, we'll see if they can make the good run of form. Michigan has given them fits even during this winning streak. Michigan came out to an early victory, came out to an early lead, however, was able to turn. Michigan lost a bit later on. Maryland needed 2 late goals in order to win that last game at Romeo High School. So we'll see if Michigan can keep their form, and we'll see if they're rested or rusty. I'm not sure what it's going to be for a team that hasn't played on the grass in a while.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
It'll be interesting. Starting lineups tonight as the teams will switch from their benches. Michigan will be going right to left with this roster. Tatenda Makruva, the Zimbabwean goalkeeper, the captain in net. Sako Conte, Robert Yunshai, David Ivajov, Ikov Shmelev, and Brett Russell will be the back five. Kyle Healy, Elias McLeod, and Anthony Bowie will be in the midfield, and Praise Maduwiki and Leon Marich up front. For Maryland, Jacob Boyle, goalkeeper of the month for the month of July, number 0 in net, and Luis Almeida, Tongwa Aka, Richard Forka, Dominique Kosehase, and Davy Mason will be the back five. We'll see if any of them slide up into a defensive midfield type of role. Joining Jocelyn Passian, their team captain, Andrew Wyvell and Kelvin Mwape in the midfield, Elijah Amo and Darwin Espinal up front. Amo and Espinal been a deadly combination, with Espinal getting 10 goals so far in the season, one off from his pace from all of last season.
Absolutely, Max. Two things I'd like to point out. The first being Darwin Espinal has not scored on this Michigan Stars team this season, and he is the leader in the Golden Boot race so far this season with 10 goals. The next closest has 7 goals, so it's really not close. The second thing, Tyler Gabara, we're not seeing him start tonight, which is an interesting one. We'd like to see him play and combine with Espinal, so I think we'll see that a little later on.
He is available off the bench tonight for Alex Cow. As the team's getting set for the first 45 minutes, Michigan will roll the ball, and we are underway from Marine Hendricks Field. Let's have some fun on a Wednesday night. Early header falls for Espinal. Espinal loses it, but able to keep possession, bouncing it off of a Stars player. Stars today in their all red uniforms with white numbers. Maryland in their black and gold with black numbering and black lettering. Espinal taken down, and an early foul call for Famel Restrepo, the center referee. Stefan Perry, Carlos Dominguez have the lines, and Ben Mast will be the one calling out substitutions and stoppage time. Almeida, back for Aka.
Something I'd like to see a little bit more this match, Max, is the fact that Michigan really needs to put the pressure on early on and put a goal away quickly in this first half. They can't wait to the second half again to rely on that so much.
Almeida off the Zara ball. Zara, the official soccer ball sponsor of NISA, gets things rolling here. Aka has it from Kosehase, and so far in the first minute, Maryland keeping it through their back five. Long ball played here, looking for Amo and Passian, and it will fall. A header for Makruva off of the capable head of Sako Conte.
Yeah, and Max, I think you mentioned it earlier when you were talking about the lineups for tonight's match, but are we seeing 5 in the back for both teams tonight?
So 5 listed defenders. That doesn't mean they'll line up that way the entire time. So 5 listed players that have their listed position as defense as Makruva. And this is an unforced error for Michigan. That back pass from Russell concedes a concedes a corner kick here, first of the match.
That's a really big mess up, and it almost shows the amount of pressure that the Bobcats are already putting on the Stars.
Or does it really show that Michigan's having a hard time getting their footing back? They have not played a game on the grass in a while.
Yeah, like we said, June 2nd.
As Mwape will send it in, and Makruva, he's out to challenge and has it. So that'll be interesting to watch as the game marches on. Who has the fresher legs and does not playing a game for a while and not winning a game for a while help Michigan later on when they have energy? Or do they get sloppy like they were here from the pass from Russell? And almost another sloppy pass from Russell. I'm not sure if this is a bad pass or a miscommunication, but this is the second corner kick off of a Russell pass.
They're going to have to iron that out quickly, Max. It's been 4 days since the Bobcats' last match. It's been over 4 weeks since this team has played on a field together versus another opponent.
And Russell is a young man at 18 years old, still 6'3". He is on an amateur deal with the side. Comes in. I'll tell him more about him in a second. Wyvel sends it in, looking for a head. Got punched out of there by Makruva. Kosei Hase will let it go for a throw. As I was saying, Russell, he's on an amateur deal so that he can still apply for colleges because we still have that as an NCAA rule for the time being. Davey Mason will be the one to throw it in for Maryland. Passian, the game-winning goal scorer from the last contest against Savannah. Nice back pass for Espinal.
Yeah, that was.
Keeping it alive. Maryland plays through the offense. 3.5 gone here in the first half. Wyvel finding Forka. And Mwape waiting for something to develop. Maryland's totally content to play this possession style contest. Aka finding a release point for Mason.
Last time, interestingly enough, Max, Richard Forka, the right back for tonight's match, was the first goal scorer in the match between these two teams
And Mwape,
earlier in June.
maybe potentially looking for Forka as he moves up ahead. Passian on a run, and Makruva scoops it. Keeper in sky blue today for Michigan has already been tested by his own back line. A long ball played. Boyle has to wait to see if he can glove it down, and Aka got a shove in the back, and that will be a foul. And Leon Marich can argue about it all he wants. Man with 6 goals for Michigan, easily their highest scorer.
4th in the Golden Boot race this season so far, Max.
Thanks for reminding me of place. I forgot if it was 3rd or 4th. But you beat me to it.
We got 2 people tied at 7, and then our king and glorious leader, Darwin Espinal, in first place for the Bobcats and for all of NISA.
Still, all of last year, he could only get to 11 goals. He still had a great year. It was an incredible run for him.
Only.
I know, only 11 goals. Look at me talking. I couldn't score a goal to save my life even in youth soccer. Almeida has some pressure on him, and a nice play. Really good fool on Prezet Maduiki. Wyvel down, and that one appeared to bounce off of a hand. Referee's going to allow the play to continue.
Kosei Hase is very calm on the ball, Max. Somebody playing a defensive position there, but also playing in the midfield slot. You'd expect them to be a little bit more jittery, like to clear the ball out, not him.
Long clear off the touchline. For the latest scores, stats, standings, and news, be sure to visit nisasoccer.com. If you were on there earlier today, you would have known that the East Division recently had a game go final. A 3-3 barn-burning draw between Club de Leon and Georgia FC. Doesn't change much of anything in the NISA table, as Club de Leon, Savannah Clovers, and Georgia FC are all a distant 3rd, 4th, 5th to Michigan and Maryland.
No, but Max, let's talk about these two teams, right? The Bobcats have 36 points, I believe, so far this season, if my numbers are correct.
They
and
are.
Michigan Stars right behind with 25. Not really right behind. That's a good distance, but post this match, there is still opportunity for them to take that number 1 slot.
And that 8-1-4 of the 6 games left after tonight on the schedule for Michigan, 3, I believe, come against the Maryland Bobcats because no, only 2. Only 2 come against the Maryland Bobcats because of a postponement earlier in the year. So it'll be really interesting on that second week in September on the 11th and the 14th when Michigan comes here for 2 games in 4 nights. Kosei Hase finds Mason. Mason waiting for options. He'll swing in a corner style. Russell gets ahead to it. Passian falls for Espinal. And Wape, center of the field, takes a shot just over the bar.
First shot of the day for the Bobcats, not on target. Speaking of shots on target, last time these two teams played, the 2-1 victory for the Bobcats, guess who had more shots, Max? Would you expect the Bobcats with 2 goals or the Stars with only 1 goal to have more shots?
You know, I've seen your prep sheet, so I know the answer, but I'm going to play along here. I would expect the team that trailed most of the game to have more shots because of score effects.
Yeah, well, 8 shots on target for the Stars and 3 only for the Bobcats, and those are shots on target. The Bobcats were 66% in terms of shots on goal and goals scored, whereas the Stars, 1 for 8, and that one was a penalty. So
Wow.
about 16% to 66%. So they really got to crush their opportunities tonight if they get them.
An attacking chance here from Marich. Kyle hit Healy. Options developing here through David Ivajaj. He'll push it in and conceded the corner off Richard Forka. First of the match here for Michigan. You wonder here, especially after not playing a game in so long, these are the sorts of moments where it will really matter. The set piece style type of attacks. 8 3/4 gone by. In swinger in, and appeals for a handball go unheeded as a tug at the back of the captain Passian will yield the ball for Maryland, and Jacob Boyle will start the play again. And Famel Restrepo would like the kick to be taken again. Fans cheer on their favorite NISA club all season long by visiting Passage, the official ticketing partner of NISA. Find tickets for NISA matches at tickets.nisasoccer.com. Almeida bumped off the ball by Marich, and Carlos Dominguez rules in favor of the Bobcats to keep the ball. Those are about the only balls that we actually have a real chance of telling whether or not it went off of one player or another, because they're so close to where we're standing.
And they're using those darker jerseys too, Max. That helps out a little bit too. We got a bright white ball.
Forka sends it on. Hassian taken to ground, but keeps the ball. All the way across. Could not roll all the way to Espinal. Anthony Bowie scoops it. Back to Makruva. Makruva has some memorable experiences here at Marine Hendricks Field, as some incredible jersey tugging causes Tangwa Aka to lose his arm in the jersey.
Yeah, never seen that one before, and I've played a lot of soccer, Max.
And Wape slide, and Aro Espinal could not spring Passian. Mason. Back for Passian, and keeping it along the touchline goes too far for Espinal to retrieve it. And Makruva, in the first game between Michigan and Maryland last year on this field, Makruva was a penalty kick goal scorer late in the game to put the game out of reach for Michigan. It was an interesting scene. It was a wet and weird night. I still remember Makruva's celebration after doing 2 handspring backflips on the wet grass in goalkeeper gloves, which says something about his athleticism, because that's impressive. That's a high degree of difficulty to do that on a wet surface. Forka, keeping the ball off his foot and low. He's surrounded, finds the release valve. Kosei Hase will send it long. on this beautiful August night here in Maryland. It is about as picturesque as it gets to play soccer. Challenge got all ball from Robert Yunshai, and Makruva sends it high and long. Not long enough to get to Leon Marich. Aka's header finds Almeida, who's able to keep control. Mwape at the touchline, back for Forca. Possian keeping it going, and Conte sends it out. Entering now the 13th minute of action. Maryland, the only real chance at goal so far came on the shot from Mwape that went just high. Mason finds Wyvel. Back for Aka. Maryland's totally content to play this possession game where we have the ball, you can't score, especially against an opportunistic Michigan side. Pass is going to go too long for Mwape, and Makruva will opt to play it instead of letting it roll out. Almost like he was waiting for somebody to come after him and see if he could scoop it, but didn't end up happening.
Didn't look like much of his teammates were getting open, or not a lot of movement up front at least. In the back, that's one thing.
And Possian took down a player in the back way behind where the ball came from. So Coach Alex Cow, the coach of the month for July for NISA, will put this one back into play. As Elijah Amo shouting out instructions to his midfield and back. Healy taken off the ball. Mason. Looking for Espinal, trying to create. Going for your best player is normally a good sign. Pass goes intercepted. Marich, and he's fouled right at the center circle, and already Restrepo is going to have a talking to with Luis Almeida. It is early on in this game, so just a warning.
And Max, you mentioned Coach of the Month, Alex Cow, for July. Not only July, that's back-to-back for him.
Yeah,
he got June as well.
You're right. And when you're on an 11-game league winning streak, it's pretty easy to win Coach of the Month 2 months in a row. Bowie out ahead. Play bounced off of Mason off the pass from Adewiki. And that results in the second corner of the match for the Stars.
About 4 corner kicks for the Bobcats in this last match between these two teams, and Michigan with 3. So I think we're getting close to those two numbers already.
15 minutes played through. Michigan will line up 6 in the box. And they'll play it short for Bowie. High chip shot. Header won, but nobody there. Long ball looking for Espinal, misfire. Espinal will keep control though. Could not get around.
Yeah, he's looking to make a pass there, and there's just nobody.
Yeah, couldn't get around Yunshai on defense there.
Poor transition for the Bobcats there coming out of that corner kick they're defending.
Runs out for a corner. Bobcats would like to thank their sponsor, the Bobcats Youth Academy, Rosem, our Rehab to Perform, Saints Row Brewing, and Hummel. Thank you for being sponsors of the Maryland Bobcats. Deep chance here as Conte will send it out of play. The other option was to keep it in play potentially for Espinal, and not the greatest option, so he probably made the right choice there, sending it out. Wyvel finds Mason as they crisscross. Back for Almeida, playing from the middle of the field. And Wape, as this perhaps is an American rarity, but two players from countries with the name Z, as Mwape from Zambia and Mikruva from Zimbabwe. Looks like no handball here. Came off of Conte, kind of funny. And Maric runs out of real estate. Alex Cow is not happy about that non-call in the box for a handball. Positional battle for Passian, could not get to the ball. Resulted in on-target pass from Brett Russell this time. His last two to the goalkeeper resulted in goal kicks. Amo, intercept. Espinal, one-on-one with Russell. Espinal cuts in. On his right foot, he scores! Number 11 for number 10.
And how about that? His first goal this season versus the Michigan Stars. I was going to say earlier, I think the Stars are Espinal's kryptonite. He can't score against them, but he proved me wrong tonight.
Glad you didn't, because he would have made you look foolish there. Man, what a pass, what a play, one-on-one, just unable to stop him.
Absolute great pressure there from the Bobcats, and we once again see the Stars collapse in their own half of the field.
It's a little difficult to defend Darwin Espinal one-on-one. He's got incredible lightning in those feet. He knows how to put a shot on goal. And Michigan will restart play down by 1.
He's more and more making that golden boot race seem more and more far-fetched for other players to try and catch up to him.
At this point, by the time September rolls around, you might start hearing MVP chants out of Marine Hendricks Field.
I'd be surprised if they didn't already say it now.
Who knows? The Old Bay Brigade is over by Michigan's bench tonight. They might just start doing it later in the game.
Great pressure there from the captain.
Wyvell has it off of the pass. Elias McLeod taking it off of him. 20th minute of action here is Michigan down by 1. Mikruva will chip it. Mason will be the only one there for it. Kosei Hase finds Espinal. Aka for Almeida. The double-A backfield. Might call them the double-A battery. I know. That was a bad joke. Wyvell up ahead for Amo. Aka. Almeida. As with the 1-0 lead, Maryland has license to get creative here. And Wape misses the pass. Healy. Could not get it around Forka. Shmelev takes him down. Almeida will send it long, looking for Espinal.
His patented long ball from the back there, and I think that one was absolutely beautiful.
Offside, though. Dominguez puts up the flag. First offside call of the night. Boyle will take this long ball. And no chance here for Michigan to recount. 8-1-4 is the record for the Michigan Stars, but last couple of games that they've played, including the Independent Cup, have not gone very well. Losing to Inter Detroit FC 1-0 in their regional final. Bobcats winning 1-0 thanks to a very late tally from Caleb Pritchett for his 5th goal of the Independent Cup competition.
He absolutely went off during that competition. I think that's part of the reason why he started to get more minutes on this Bobcats roster.
He is featured off the bench here tonight, so we'll see if he gets the call late. He did get his first NISA goal in his professional career. Passian chasing it down. Mikruva, an interesting play to keep it away.
He likes that little tap. I've seen him do it twice already today.
Does he think he plays Gaelic football or something? Like, why is he punching the ball like that?
It's unexpected, I guess, Max. They don't expect that.
I guess they're not.
And, you know, I hear a lot of talk from Passian. He's the guy that you always hear talking to the referees about anything, any sort of matter, which is what the captain typically does.
It's what the captain's allowed to do, and Maryland concedes a foul.
Absolutely. But what I was saying is, when I'm asking the guys today, who's the guy that's the loudest on the bus when they're traveling, who do you think the number one answer was?
Jocelyn.
Exactly. It was the captain.
It
So
makes a lot of sense. And, well, when you have a vocal captain like that, it can take a lot of pressure off of the rest of the team. They don't necessarily need to go for that next foul, or they don't need to worry about dissenting with the referee because they have a captain who will stand up for them. They have an advocate on the field.
it's also a double-edged sword on the bus. I know some of the guys are trying to sleep, but Pausian might not let them happen.
Sometimes our best virtues are also our best vices.
Michigan appears to be building an attack here.
Could not get it past the defense there. Nicely done by Almeida to keep the threat away. Wanted to set up number 28, David Ivajaj. Three Bobcats got caught around two Michigan Stars. So the Stars opted to go back through Russell. Taken away, Amo. Up ahead, Espinal running on his left, Wyvell running on his right. Well done slide tackle. Sacco Conte taking the ball away.
Just a second too late there from Amel.
Bowie finds Healy. Healy has some space in the middle, runs it off for Ivajaj. Ivajaj on, I believe that was a pass for Marich. Boyle cut it off.
Yeah, it's tough. I think if the Stars want to see a goal here earlier in the first half, they're going to have to be more aggressive and just start taking deeper shots. They're not getting as close to Jacob Boyle in that Bobcats net that they appear to want to be.
How many clean sheets for Boyle this season? 4?
4 is right. He's second in the Golden Glove race.
Aka searching for options.
He is only behind Mitch North.
Yeah, from Irvine Zeta, and they have had an incredible run in the West. However, they did drop down to second from last time we had a home game here. Los Angeles Force taking control of the Western Division. Forca finds Pasian, and clearance from Conte bounces right back off of him. Shmelev. Ivazaj. Back for Russell. And Wape chasing Russell, and this pass is directly to Mikruva. No need for him to run for that one. Conte with that long stride, and Marich doesn't run far enough to the ball. Ivazaj misses on the header. Amo will put it right back in for Forca. Shadows all over the field as the sun sets behind the press box here at Marine Hendricks Field. Again, thank you so much for joining us and making us part of your Wednesday night entertainment. It's been an incredible ride this season for the Bobcats. Since the loss to Michigan back in May, 11 league victories in a row, 14 in a row total if you count the Independent Cup. As Mwape looking for options here as we pass 25 minutes gone by. Hotel Planner is NISA's official online hotel reservation partner. Fans can get discounted hotel rates to attend NISA matches, tournaments, or for personal travel. Visit nisa.hotelplanner.com to book your next trip today. And Amo, his trip here, if he plays the ball, it's offside. Yep, it's offside. Saw that from all the way up here. Carlos Dominguez had to wait to see if he made a play on the ball to call him, but he was offside. Mikruva, as Pasian pressured him from the right. That flicking header does not go very far. The only real threat on Jacob Boyle tonight was the Ivazaj outside right foot chance that he was probably trying to just pass it to Leon Marich. I am guessing at that, but it seems an educated guess to get it to your team's best goal scorer.
I don't want to say anything too early, Max, but Jacob Boyle, another clean sheet tonight, would put him in first place, tied with Mitch North.
Foul here as Shmelev went to ground against Mwape, and again, Famel Restrepo opting to just warn guys here so far in this first half.
No subs yet tonight, Max. I mean, we're still early on, 26th minute.
And thank goodness for that. I think it's always good to not have a first half sub, just say, all right, we finally have everybody to be able to get through a full 45 minutes. Because there were a couple of matches, Josh Sager and I were calling the first round here for Marine Hendricks Field, and there was a first half substitution from the visiting team, and it was all right. This isn't good. Because normally it's not really a good sign when you have a team needing to make a first half substitution. Sometimes though you just have to. A player gets injured, or you realize tactically you made a very big mistake. And here comes Amo. He's onside in this one. He can get to the rolling ball by the corner flag. Crosses into the penalty box. Back for Forka. Forka in, Passian let it go through his legs, thinking someone was behind him, and nobody was.
Yeah, that's tough. You can try and be almost elusive in the box there, but that's one place you kind of just want to make contact with the ball. You don't want to leave that up to chance.
And in fairness, that ball's coming closer to his pelvis area, so it's a little difficult it's a little hard at that angle to see, all right, am I going to play this down? Am I going to play this to myself? Am I going to play this forward? Am I going to play it back? Am I trying to deflect the pass? It's not an easy angle. So it's a very quick decision you got to make within less than a second of what you're going to do. And Passian decided, I'm going to get my legs apart and get out of the way. If you've ever tried bouncing something off of your knee, it's not exactly the easiest thing. It's not exactly the most predictable bounce as Enes Djokovic puts this ball into play. Head coach for Michigan in his second season. Espinal at touchline. Puts it behind Marich for Almeida. As they'll try the offensive right side. A long ball here goes a bit too far. Makruva snatches it out of the air and fakes out Kosei Hase with the first roll.
Kosei Hase pressuring high there. He's out of position.
That said, this might be the tactic to have a bunch of different guys play that attacking midfield role from the back. We've seen Mason move up in the play, and maybe Kosei Hase has some freedom there because of Aqua and Almeida at the back. So might be a new wrinkle to Coach Alex Cow's strategy. Long for Espinal. Could not get around Yunshai. Gets it right back. And Marich disrupting the pass for Almeida. Almeida's header, he follows it up. Well done, Luis. And he's taken down hard. This one, Praise Maduiki is not going to get away with that.
Almeida is playing with such energy tonight, wanting to win everything in the air, not afraid to come up and win balls as well. It's a new spark for him. I think that July's best 11 got to his head a little bit, and now he's bringing in a little extra energy. He wants to get back-to-back player of the best 11. Excuse me.
Well, if he can notch a goal, I wouldn't be surprised if Nisa decides, we're going to be difficult. We're going to give the defender who's played this much and played for the best team and played for clean sheets for the whole month, we're going to give the defender who got a goal player of the month.
Hey.
I wouldn't be too surprised. What do the Bobcats have planned here? 3-person wall for Michigan. About 25 or so yards from goal. Keeping a high line at the 18. Off the right foot and just over past the left post. Espinal, he knows he can make that shot. He missed that one, though.
It's a deep one.
Yeah.
30 yards out, roughly.
He knows he can make it. I've seen him make it before. He scored a goal similar to that against Flower City Union last year in Rochester. And it was about as good as it sounds. A worldie from 30 plus out. Aka to Forka. Keeping it along the line, Amo wins the ball. Amo is surrounded, doesn't have a whole lot of options. Wyvel will triangle it back to Forka. Espinal one-on-one with Yunshai. Espinal spins through. Chipped for Amo. By the goal line, and out of play. Carlos Dominguez puts the flag up as the ball crossed the plane. Makruva gets it in for Ivazaj fast. McLeod, Healy surrounded by Wyvel and Forka has it taken away. Espinal 1-on-3, and he did not win that battle. Conte. Yunshai. Back from Makruva. And Michigan again, 32 and a half gone by. They are back to square one. Conte once more. Stadium lights coming on here at Marine Hendricks Field as we are at 7:41 Eastern Time. And Makruva had to handle that one away from the challenge by Elijah Amo. Forka tracking this one far out of play. James, I'm going to make an observation, and I want to see if you agree with me or not, or if you have something else to add. Michigan just seems a step or two off. And Makruva goes down. He's tying his left shoe, by the way. Doesn't seem like anything's the miss, but Michigan's traveling athletic trainer will head out to check on him anyway. Looks like it's just an equipment issue, at least from what we can see. .33 3/4 minutes gone by as athletic trainer will head out and check on Tatenda Makruva. Michigan did bring a backup goalkeeper, Lucas Moorfield, for tonight's game. I bring that up because not every team that travels does bring a backup goalkeeper. Makruva, born in Harare, Zimbabwe, the national capital, had a great run in 2022. He played every game of Michigan Stars' run into the NISA Championship. His last start, at least according to his last start, was the June 7th loss to Maryland. It's been interesting going here in the Michigan goalkeeping battles as Moorfield has gotten into a couple of games. You've had other goalies get into games. And it looks like it was just an equipment issue as now the trainer has left the field and we're able to resume play on the throw-in here for Richard Forka. Ivazaj is awfully close defending this throw-in. Russell has two players surrounding Possian, and he's able to win the ball for another throw-in closer to midfield. And Michigan, again, this is just an observation. They just seem a step or two off from what they want to do. It looks like they know what they want, but they're a step or two behind the pass or ahead of the play. Not really sure if as the game goes on they might just get better at that as they get back into game shape, but it has been a bit since they've played a game on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And Max, we talked about it. Their last win, I believe, was June 4th or June 7th possibly, but their last game they actually played July 20th. So it's been exactly a month and 1 day since their last game played.
Awfully hard to keep your fitness even at this level especially. It's awfully hard to keep a professional fitness game shape. There's a difference between practice shape and game shape.
Absolutely. When you're playing 90 minutes, it's a little different. than if you're just taking water breaks in between, playing for 20 minutes, and then getting off the field, right?
It's just not the same. You can simulate game action, but it's not the same as playing against a team that wants to defeat you and will not go back into the same locker room with you after like it would be for an inter-squad scrimmage. Amo for another throw-in. Passian back to Amo. 8-7 to 10 for Espinal. Passian, Amo just out of his reach.
It looked like they were trying to combine their little triangle pattern there, but unfortunately, just one step behind. Kind of like the Michigan Stars have been for most of this game.
Marich able to keep control momentarily. Kosei Hase with a nice steal. Running free, cannot connect with Passian. Like a bit of a miscommunication of which foot Passian was going for on that next step. And the pass ran long to Makruva.
Here's these two teams' issues, Max, for this whole game. The Stars have been a step behind in all three quadrants of the field. The Bobcats just up top.
Shmelev. And Forka takes the ball first. Russell will leave it for Akov. Russell again, sending it all the way. Amo won the ball. Passian plays it back, opting to let the offense go up as Mason makes the first play for the attack. Passian, well done to get control. What a spinning play off of Elias McLeod to keep the ball.
The right time for that move. It's very rare times.
Wyvel for Forka. That's one of those moves you pull out in FIFA when you're playing on easy mode.
So many different names to call that move. You got the roulette, the Maradona. I mean, it's endless list.
Espinal and Wape. We'll see if the Bobcats can translate that possession win into a goal.
But tonight we're calling it the Jocelyn.
We may as well. Mason. Amo. Maduiki comes in for challenge. Passian. Some hand signals from Amo go unyielded as he passes it backward. Wyvel, Kosei Hase. Kosei Hase again. Skip a man looking for Passian, and he's taken off the ball. They had a 2-on-1 challenge. Michigan trying their luck on their offensive left. Ivazaj, 1-on-1 against Forka. Reinforcements coming. Forka in the way of the pass. Well done. Healy from Marich, and cannot get control. Kosei Hase and Mason team up to take it away, as Mason will send it all the way, looking for Espinal, and Espinal hand fighting with Russell. Russell winning this battle this time. McLeod up ahead. Boyle, header all the way out. Not often do you see a goalkeeper header go well, but that one did.
Yeah, and that's the type of player Boyle is. He's willing to put his head on the line and his whole body on the line for this Bobcats team, and we've seen it in every match he's played so far.
Boyle will again start play. Aka, as the Bobcats try their left side. Amo, back for Mason. Boyle resets. 12-0-1 are the Bobcats this year. No draws, one loss, just to this Michigan Stars team. As Amo looks around, makes sure he's on side. He is. Forka. Forka, a big game last time out against the Michigan Stars. And Wape, searching over his options, keeps the short one for Forka.
No yellow cards or reds awarded tonight so far yet, Max.
Just a couple of warnings. We'll see if the next half gets the same level of intensity as this one. Interior pass for Passian goes awry with the intercept, as it's Leon Marich, cannot get control. Kosei Hase rolled it to Almeida.
And Marich has been pretty quiet for this team today for the Stars.
This is looking like it's going to be a deep throw-in. It is.
It's about as deep a throw-in as you can get.
Passian is now hand-fighting with Sako Kante, and some whistles will separate the two.
See the Stars player there trying to inch up, give himself a little bit more space, but he's basically a hand buddy with the corner flag over there.
Yeah, Restrepo had to tell him, hey, nope, you got to go back a little bit more. And yet another foul for Maryland, trying to get position. As Rossem Bobcat patrols the touchline here for the Maryland Bobcats. Rossem, another incredible sponsor of the Maryland Bobcats. We would not be where we are without our sponsors. And Wape running free. And Wape cutting through. Conte, a nice steal. Conte well off of his normal position on the right side of this Michigan formation. He's all the way on the left. And Forka runs him off. Kosei Hase runs off the ball. And Tongwa Aka will reset as we cross into the 43rd minute of action. Wyvell. Mason. Espinal taken off of his mark. Kosei Hase finds the bouncing ball. Looking for Amo. Bounces it off his knee. Possian getting into position in the box. Amo opting to keep possession. Wyvell. Kosei Hase. And Wape. Cutting in. And Wape. Repelled. Forka has some room. Room closed off. Finds Wyvell.
Really just possessing here, Max, as we approach this 43rd minute of the match.
Aka gets to it before the touchline. Mason. Espinal. The goal scorer today for Maryland back in the 18th minute. Aka finds Almeida. Amo back to Almeida. Looking ahead, Espinal could not get to that one, and Makruva will stop play. Does Michigan have one more attack in them as we hit the final minute full time of normal time here? Makruva for Russell. Russell again back to Makruva. He seems to have that back pass to the goalkeeper down now after two misfires led to two corner kicks for the Bobcats earlier in today's game. Russell again. Russell has it now after a couple of bounces off the bodies. Makruva gets it around Possian. Rolled from Marich. Ball played, and this will be going to be a free kick at the edge of the offensive third. And Michigan a chance here to create something. Wonder what they'll be able to create here as we approach the final few moments of the first half. On the ball is Elias McLeod. Everybody stacked at the 18. McLeod chips it, and Tongwa Aka, the only one there to get to it. Running it to the corner flag, he'll send it out of play. Trying to just run out the lone stoppage time minute that we saw called for, just one. Probably for that injury timeout to check on Makruva. Deep throw in. Almeida could not win it. Ball comes down, and Boyle gets to it in a hard shoulder check by Shmelev. Yakov Shmelev shoulder checked Jacob Boyle down to the ground after he picked up the ball, and that is gonna just be a warning.
Referee has been pretty hesitant today.
Famo Restrepo has handed out a lot of warnings here in this first half. I'm really curious what happens in the second half if a similar situation happens. Did we finally get cards? Or does he continue to just say, hey, guys? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that's going to play. Kosei Hase. Perhaps one last rush here for Maryland. Espinal. Out ahead, Amo. Amo's got acres ahead of him. Amo inside. Amo shot on. Looking for Possian potentially on the cross as Makruva cut it off.
Possian ends up in the back netting of that goal. He was really eager to score that one, try and get there on time, but he was just a second late.
Pass deflected. Marich gets the header, and looks like we'll have halftime whistle go here. Maryland is up by 1 in a physical contest with the Michigan Stars. James, what'd you see?
I saw a lot of sloppiness all around. We see an attack late built there from the Stars, but nothing that comes to the back of the net fruition for them, that what they're looking for. Whereas we saw the Bobcats do their thing. Defensively, they were strong. We see a lot of attack and a lot of competition in the midfield, but we see the same reliance they have on Darwin Espinal to put away goals, and that's what he's done.
And Espinal getting his 11th of the season, but the subplot in this game from El Restrepo, the center referee, he's handed out a lot of warnings here in this first half. If the game stays as physical as it is, we'll see if we get some cards out of it.
Absolutely, and we haven't seen too many shots on goal, as in comparison to the last time these two teams played and faced off against each other. A lot more shots on goal, and intended shots on goal. We've seen a lot of crosses that kind of ended up being on goal, but we'll see if we see more of that in the second half, Max.
We'll be back for the second half of action. Don't go far. You're watching the Maryland Bobcats on NISA Plus. Welcome back for the second half of action from Marine Hendricks Field. I'm Max Walpuff alongside James Consoli. Welcome to Boyd's, Maryland for an incredible night. Wednesday night of action in the NISA League. Maryland Bobcats showing that they are just getting through here to the Michigan Stars as we have some late coming substitutions, it looks like, here to start the half. Michigan down by 1 to the home team, the Bobcats, as we get started on today's second half of action. Halftime stats. Maryland with 4 shots toward the net, only 1 made it on goal, and that one was the goal from Darwin Espinal, his 11th of the season. Just one shot on goal for the Michigan Stars, saved by Jacob Boyle.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Max, less shots on goal in this game as compared to previous, and the passing has just been one step behind for both teams.
Maryland gets the ball rolling to start play. Let's have some more fun here. Davey Mason looking for just somebody to throw into, and he's not really finding anything. Eventually gets it for Elijah Amo, and it's kicked into the seats by Robert Yunshai. Mason back to him off the throw-in. Pass through the legs of Bowie. Espinal couldn't get it around. Passian, he's been all over the offensive third here in this game. As Elijah Amo, stutter step, gets back toward the ball. Bowie took it away. Back heel to Wyvell. Praise Maduiki is not going to praise that effort. Up ahead, Maduiki stepped over the ball. Almeida back for Aka, and he'll send it back to the midfield line. Yunshai gets it back to Makruva. Daniel Wright came into the game for number 28, David Ivazaj. So Daniel Wright will be in, 10 for 28. Wright is from Wixom, Michigan, and spent 4 seasons at Duke University in the ACC. He played 74 games for the Blue Devils and scored 11 goals from the defensive side. He then spent a graduate season at the University of Virginia, also in the ACC, where he played 8 games and had 11 starts, scoring once in a 2-1 loss against Denver. He signed with Gold Star FC Detroit for 2023 season and scored twice in 16 games. His first game against the Maryland Bobcats yielded a yellow card. Pass in, Boyle dives and doesn't get a good handle on it. Forka able to recover and send it toward the benches. Michigan threatening here in the offensive third. 8:13 p.m. here on the East Coast. Michigan fouls, and Maryland takes back control. Pass went over the head of our center referee, Famel Restrepo, who toward the end of that first half had an interesting interaction with Yakov Shmelev. Shmelev body checked Jacob Boyle down to the ground as this ball runs long for a goal kick for Boyle. Opted to give just a warning, as he did for every other seemingly hard challenge in that first half. A great crowd on hand here at the Soccerplex to take in this Wednesday night of action. Aka will chip it across the penalty area for Almeida, who boots it high into the night. Shmelev sends it out. Throw in for Maryland. As the Zara ball, the official soccer ball sponsor of NISA, comes back into play. Healy taken off McLeod, and another push foul here as Passian, being the vocal captain that he is talking with Restrepo about that decision. Maduikwe, back for Makruva. Sako Conte cuts to the middle, sends a pass up for Yunshai. McLeod, offensive left side. In for Wright. Wright comes in. Wright gets the wrong shot away as Boyle grabbed it. His second save on Michigan's second shot. Aka lets it come to his right foot. Spins away from Marich, leading goal scorer for the Michigan Stars. Taken away Healy. And appeals for handball are going to go unanswered as it bounced, looked like off of the shoulder of Wyvell. Russell off of his knee, and Praise is going to give chase. Wins the ball. Getting the pass for Shmelev. Back to Makruva as 5 minutes have gone by here in the second half. Not a whole lot to speak of for offensive action. Mason against Marich. Mason wins the battle and gets the pass ahead. As Conte. Healy for Yunshai. Yunshai's second effort got through to Healy. McLeod. Up in for Marich. He's surrounded by 3 Bobcats who team up to take it away, only as far as McLeod, who is fouled, for a edge of the offensive third free kick coming up.
Seems like Marich has really struggled to get his touchdown today, Max. I mean, sure they haven't played in a good bit of time, but still, being on the ball, being the scorer he is, he's got to be able to control that ball and get his touch right. If this Michigan team wants any light of day in scoring a goal today.
Maryland's subs are all off the bench and exercising, waiting for their number to be called. 9 players available off the bench for Alex Cow today. As a deep free kick coming. And it looks like this one is booted up into the touchline. Well defended.
Max, I think we're getting ready to see a long throw here. Almost like one of those corner kick style throws.
It looks like it. Russell is lining up for a fast one, but he pulls a changeup. Bowie taken down, and yeah, this will be another deep free kick.
This one, I mean, you always treat this one like just a short corner, really.
Yeah, it will be.
Same style, loft this up into that back post.
Yeah, Passian's giving the assistant referee, Carlos Dominguez, an earful. Wonder what the play is here, as it's Daniel Wright standing over it with what looks like Praise Madukwe. Number 9 and 10 in the order here. Madukwe, born in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Lists his hometown as Murrieta, California. He started a college career at University of San Diego before transferring to Western Michigan.
This one, I mean, you just loft this back post. Try and get somebody in the air and get that head on it.
Here comes Wright. Puts the right hand up.
A low-driven ball there.
Madukwe, header, and Boyle keeps it out.
A leaping effort there by Boyle. They opted to go for a more driven ball on the ground.
A nice roll here and well-defended play as Wright got all the way back to deny Espinal a free chance toward the goal. Madukwe waits, turns back for Russell.
Way to go there for Wright. Way to stay calm and composed when you got the best attacker in all of NISA pressing you like that.
11 goals on the season, including the one tonight for Darwin Espinal. That's the only mark that separates the two sides in here, the 54th minute of action. One-touch passing goes a bit too much for the Stars. Wyvell for Mason. Passian back, and miscommunication there sends it into Marich's feet. McLeod. As guys looking for options, and Michigan has to turn back for it. Passian, back for Wyvell. Leads it for Mwape. Wyvell again. Jacob Boyle. And back for Aka. Fans, check out Nisa's new streaming platform, Nisa Plus, your home for the latest content, highlights, and live matches. If you're watching this game, you're watching it on Nisa Plus. It's all here, all the action, all in one place, only on Nisa Plus. Richard Forka cuts through the midfield, gets around 3 defenders, make it a 4th. Forka playing on easy mode to spring Amo, who gets around Yunshai.
Bobcats building an attack here.
Amo waiting for his offensive threat to come through. Mason back for Wyvel. Forka will move back into the backline defense after an incredible display of ball handling. And Wape. Espinal comes behind him. Ball goes to the goal scorer. Kosei Hase. Wyvel. Back from Mason. The flags are waving in the stands, but they're limp on the flagpoles. Not a lot of wind here in the goings of this matchup, as the sun has set behind us at Maureen Hendricks Field. And Wape back for Amo. Maryland keeping it at the edge of the offensive third. Kosei Hase back for Wyvel. Drew will find Davy. Davy cutting to the middle of the field, gets around Yunshai. Mason finds Espinal. Espinal spins it through and over the bar. Wanted his second. Results in a goal kick for Makruva.
There for Makruva, though, he's off his line, like a couple feet. I mean, you pick your head up, you see a deep look like that, shoot it, take it, why not? Had only 3 shots on goal last time you played this team. Fire away if I'm the Bobcats.
Makruva back for Conte. As definitely the defensive structure that Michigan plays with lends to the fact that Makruva has as many clean sheets as he does. But a lot of those came early in this year in the Nisa games. It's been a struggling run of play. Last time they played a game on the field and won, James, it's in your notes. When was that?
I believe that was June 4th, if I'm not mistaken, Max. I'll
Bowie.
double check that for us.
And Amo runs him off the ball. Well played as Bowie, a late, hard tackle from behind. And Famel Restrepo is just going to let guys off with a warning here. Looks like he's walking toward number 30, Anthony Bowie, and it is just a warning on a late behind challenge at, man, the subplot of this game is when is Famel Restrepo going to pull out a yellow card?
Last time the Stars won a game where they actually played on the field was June 2nd.
Goodness gracious. Well, the last time they won a game, it was a forfeit. So they didn't play on the field. So again, you gotta wonder, is this team rusty or rested? And overall, through the course of this game, the answer has shown to be rusty more frequently than not.
And I think they're building it back, that chemistry and the composure. They got to.
Just like that with a long ball for Marich. And again, that pass just a little bit off, but that pass is not as easy to get as the video games would let you to believe. Mason finds Wyvel, and Maryland will reset their attack. Yeah, you wonder here in the second half, does Michigan's not having played a game give them the energy to push through and find a potential equalizer or a winner, or do they fall apart more and give up another goal? Those are the sorts of questions we start to see here as Marich cuts through. Marich finds a pass. Handball waved off by Restrepo.
Didn't look like much there. If anything, it hit the Stars player in his own hand when he was on the attack. No trip, no foul there.
Kasian is surrounded by 3 Michigan players, circles away from pressure, finds Wyvel, who will send it far to the left side of the attack. Amo, Mason running free, he's got it to him. Mason onto his left foot. Mason slides a pass in, taken away before it could reach Espinal. Espinal gives Mason a thumbs up, saying that was a good pass, though. Kosei Hase, back for Amo.
It's the right look, just tough. I mean, the Stars player gets back right in the nick of time.
Another good play by Elias McLeod.
And you know somebody we haven't seen here today? Travis Ward. has not been out. The left back for the Bobcats has not been out there today.
You're right.
You wonder if it's the structure, or if it's a tactical move made by Alex Cal that he likes.
He is available off the bench, so we'll see if around the 60-something minute mark, when Alex Cal likes to make that first substitution, who he calls on first. Does he make a defensive sub to get fresh legs? Does he go for an offensive attacking style move where he brings on a different striker? Boyle coming out to challenge Marich here. Marich giving him a run. Boyle will concede the throw to allow the Bobcats to reset their defense. Heads up play, he had nobody helping him on defense. Everybody was up for the challenge. Yunshai finding McLeod. Players collide. Wyvell will take it and say thank you very much and run away. And Mwape can't get around right.
Got an attack here on the left side. 3 players going against 1 back, really.
Espinal finds Kosei Hase. Stops at the corner. Espinal puts a pass in for Passien, and he's bodied off the ball. A good pass, a good look, a good try. Makruva, though, picks up the ball and sends Michigan the other way. Kyle Healy finds Daniel Wright. 60 minutes gone by. And subs are coming in for Maryland, it looks like, in the next opportunity.
It looks like Travis Ward is inching closer to that half line to get a sub in.
Elijah Amo. Back for Richard Forka.
Wonder if he's taken Forka off for a right back slot.
Passien could not get to that one. Sako Conte. Now Yunshai. Back for Conte. Michigan trying to get through this Maryland midfield. They'll send it all the way over. Forka able to get the header toward the corner flag. Marich sends a header on, and it'll roll through to a goal.
Just an absolute scramble there in the back. A header that wasn't even that great. Deflects off of one of the Bobcats' own players' feet. Ruins Jacob Boyle's clean sheet early in the second half.
That's a tough look for Luis Almeida. He came back, was in an okay position. Marich just sent a hope header on. Tie game we have here in Maryland.
Yeah, I don't even know if that hit Marich's head. I think it hit more of his shoulder neck area and just deflected off one of the Bobcats' back heels. Slipped into that bottom left slot of the goal, and really just distraught look from Jacob Boyle. But he was the first one to get that ball out of the net and tell him, guys, let's go get another one.
With this Maryland attack, you know they can get another one. And now does that goal give Michigan life here?
Absolutely, as we have, looks like we're going to have some subs in this second half, about the 62nd minute. Tyler Gabara is coming on. Tangwa Aka is off, as well as Travis Ward replacing Mwape at that right back slot.
All right, so Gabara and Ward come on for Aka and Mwape. As it is a 1-1 game. Another goal for Leon Marich.
Really interesting time to bring subs on.
Well, this is about as good as it gets for them. It's a clean game. As far as the players are concerned, it's 0-0.
Exactly. Just started really for these two, and their night has only just begun.
Gabara tried to get on the end of that rainbow pass, and Amo taken down. Late challenge here, and once again, just a talking to from Famel Restrepo.
Didn't look like much from here. I mean, he kind of sold that one a good bit, but they gave him the call.
It is late. Just remember, it is a late challenge, and late is always late, no matter if you're a half second late or you're 3 seconds late.
Sure.
Just at 3 seconds late, you're looking at potentially a red card. So, Almeida for Forka. For Mason, could not get to him, but back to Forka. Espinal comes back toward the middle of the field, using that breakaway speed, looking for Gabara. Heavy touch causes him to fall backward. Wyvell.
That was Gabara's first touches on the game, too, on the match.
Ward sends it through, could not get it around right.
It's a good look there from Ward. Him and Gabar have not missed a beat since coming in this game. Only been about 2 minutes, but 2 touches for each of them so far.
Daniel Wright, Marich, the goal scorer for Michigan. Pretty fitting that Espinal and Marich are the goal scorers here. They're both the team's leading scorer. I believe that's Marich's 7th, and Espinal getting his 11th on the season. Forka played a key role in the last game against Michigan. Bowie, Espinal fouls him. Clipped his calf, it looked like. As Robert Yunchai will leave the ball for Sako Conte to take. Conte gets it around pressure from McLeod. Wyvell forced him to pass it back. Russell, back for Makruva, handles a hard pass. 66th minute of action, a brand new ball game at 1-1. Leon Marich, the header here. Travis Ward sends it through. Bowie in for Wright. Wright could not connect his pass, and Mason sends them packing. And mutual play here. I'm not sure what that would have been if there was a foul. It looked like everybody was trying to get at each other. Elijah Amo could not get to the slide. McLeod sends it over. Almeida. Espinal hard down on the floor, and McLeod can't believe that that's a foul, but you're not allowed to shove a guy.
Not a single card has been awarded this entire match, and that would have been a good time to give one out.
Yeah, two-handed shove too. Amo waiting for options. Ward in the long sleeves on this relatively cold August night. I say relative as in it's going to drop into the 50s here in Maryland. Which, compared to other August nights this year, it has been a truly delightful day. Mason could not nutmeg his defender. Kosei Hase. Back into Maryland's half for Wyvell. Kosei Hase again. Mason running free down the sideline. Yunchai in to defend. In for Espinal. Espinal spins, fires, and it's too long.
Tries to curl that one with the inside of his foot there and reach that back post, but just about a foot off.
Looks like we've got more substitutions coming on, as Kyle Healy will be coming off for the Michigan Stars. And number 18, Dominic Ivazage, will come in, the younger brother of David Ivazage. So Kyle Healy out, Dominic Ivazage in. And off this goal kick, it looks like Sako Conte is going to be the one to take it. He does. Second sub of the game for Michigan. Both teams have now done 2. Ward cuts off the pass. Kosei Hase could not get on the end of that ball. Espinal back for Forka. 2 teammates from last season team up with one of their opponents from last year, Davey Mason. Forka will send it long, looking for Elijah Amo. Spinning top header. Eventually falls from Shmelev back to Russell. And a errant pass from Makruva results in a Bobcats throw-in. Ward. Amo. And Marich taking away the pass back. Madukwe. Ball taken away, bounces around a couple of players. Bowie turns it over to Kosei Hase. Kosei Hase got around his blockers. Russell will send it toward the bench. Team's starting to scramble a bit here as we are closing in on the final 20 of regular time. Mason for Forka. Wyvell, long but not high enough. Wright taking it down. Madukwe. Back for right. Almeida squirts the ball to Boyle. Offensive substitutions for both teams as they may try to push for a win. Looking for Amo. Pritchett and Tiam are the ones on the bench for the Bobcats. As Makruva scoops it, Nathan Brown is the only forward substitution. Nicholas Nicola is available at midfield. He has scored goals so far for Michigan this season. So those are the offensive options for Coach Alex Cow and Enos Djokovic. Amo looking for options, finds Mason. Espinal. Passian, back for Mason. Offside. Offside flag is up.
Just a beautiful run and setup by those three. You got Mo, Espinal, and Mason there working together. Unlucky there.
Tough way to go as Mason just came up. Maybe a shoulder or two off.
If
Again,
that, it looked like his run was pretty clean from here, Max, but
this is why I love VAR. I love the ability to just be able to see it. I just want to know for myself. It removes the second guessing later when you can see it on video. Oh, no, he actually wasn't offside. Almeida, header down, looking for Ward. And the pass from Gabar goes nowhere. Right. Looking from his left to his right. Forka escorts it. Boyle will come out and challenge. As Ivizaj was the one going for it. Forka, deep in his own end. Kosehase. Wyvel spins from pressure, looking for Almeida. Ward, Gabara. They'll switch spots. Wyvel. Back for Almeida. Almeida sends it straight through. Espinal, a nice chip, and Hassian cannot get there before Makruva. Well onside this time. Very well-designed play. Just unable to get there fast enough. Wright taken down with the foul. Michigan has to go backward to take it at the spot. 73rd minute approaching here. Maryland Bobcats FC return to the Plex on Saturday, August 31st at 7 p.m. to take on visiting Club de Leon FC. You don't want to miss this one. James Consoli will take you all the way. Fans can purchase tickets now at tickets.com, tickets.nisasoccer.com, using Passage, the official ticketing partner of Nisa. Yunchai. Touchline for Madukwe, and Mason sends it on. Sounds about as good a time as any to let you all know. Tonight is my final game for the Maryland Bobcats. Within a couple of weeks, I'll be moving to Dublin, Ireland. I know, seems a bit random, but I'll be starting a master's program at University College Dublin in D14. Ball throws into the middle of the penalty area as Mason is taken down hard. It looks like we're going into the pockets for the first time tonight.
And I don't know if that's a penalty, Max, or if that's right outside the box.
The thing is, I don't know who it's on. It's on the Bobcats? Are you joking?
But it looks like it's either right outside that box or right inside. But I don't think they're going to award a penalty, which is good for the Bobcats.
Wow, this is going to be a deep free kick.
Yeah, it's a free kick right outside that little handle that you like to call for the suitcase,
yeah, the suitcase
right, Max?
handle.
So
wow.
It looks like it's going to be a free kick. Should be direct.
Davy Mason was in on the play. I believe the yellow card is his, but I don't know.
Pretty crazy time to award your first yellow card of the night, but guess we're on the ref's time.
Looks like a 5-person wall being set up here. Yellow card is for Passian. Well, that's odd. I don't think he was even in on the play. up and away. Too far.
Right outside there, but
Daniel
wow, that
Wright
was close.
just missed his chance there. 75th minute of action, 3/4 played here. Ward, Gabara back to Ward. We'll see if Maryland's chances here get multiplied now that they've escaped that late challenge here. Possian, the one playing on the yellow card.
Beautiful touch there.
Gabara sending a long pass. Elijah Amo
he can
gets
get
on
the
the end of
touch
the
here.
rainbow. He does. Keeps it in play. Got 3 players moving into the box. Gets around Yunshai. Into the box. Loses control for a moment to Mason. And they'll play back to Wyvell. Reset control. Espinal. And behind Ward goes the pass. He gets on back on the end of it, but it ends up with a goal kick. Probably would have been better to let that run out for a free kick.
He did what he could, and he was hoping that maybe there was a runner in front of him that maybe could have picked up on that ball, but can't hate him for a lack of effort there.
The pass was behind him, to be fair, as this one is too low. Espinal, and not exactly easy for Sacco Conte to box out Darwin Espinal. Michigan has definitely picked up their effort here in this second half. Looks like a sub coming in from Maryland at the next available opportunity. Mason wins the header to Espinal. First touch for Amo. Mason back to Espinal. Looking for Possian. Flag is going to stay up, up, up. Here it goes. Wow, that was a tight offside call by Stefan Perry.
You can hear the crowd's objection with it here. That was real close there, Max. Could have went either way. I mean, for him, it obviously didn't, but wow, was that one close.
Now, here comes a very interesting tactical move. Richard Forca is going to come out. Abdou Tiam is going to come in. So Alex Cow is playing aggressive here, moving a forward in favor of taking out one of your center backs.
Yep.
Well, right back in this game. So my guess here is Kosei Hase will slide into the defensive line proper. Forca will go out, and it'll be a back 4 traditionally with a front 3. The same way that Alex Cow tends to play with three strikers. So he's got Tiam, Amo, and Espinal all on the field. And Caleb Pritchett still available off the bench should you require it.
And it appears they dropped Amo a little bit. He seems to be playing a more conservative right wing back spot, whereas Gabara gets pushed up and Abdou Tiam is also up.
Almeida's now ahead here. Espinal could not get on the end of it. Uh-oh. Mason cleans up the mess, and Possian could not get on the end of that one. Possession controlled here through Russell. He slipped a little bit heading toward the ball, got to it first. Gunshai once more. Looking for praise, he finds him. Ward, a nice header away. Too far for Gabara to make a pass out of it. That's a handball. You may have been able to hear the objections of the crowd, but that was a handball. And it looks like we're going to get a yellow card out of it as Anthony Bowie goes into the referee's book for that handball.
Also kicking the ball away, too. I think that's part of what it was.
I think that's more what it was, kicking the ball away. I think that's more what the yellow card was for than the handball. Davey Mason on the ball here with 12 to go in normal time. Tensions running high. Can anyone find a winner here in Maryland? Wyvell to Almeida.
As we're about to approach the 80th minute mark of this match.
Ward out ahead. Amo is running toward and gets there ahead of the defense. This will be a corner kick as the last touch was off of Michigan. First corner of the second half, third of the match here for Maryland, as it looks like Tyler Gabara is going to be the one to take it. Gabara is going to have the in-swinging ball here. Comes in and falls down. Bowie is just able to get onto it. It was between his feet, needed to get in better position to kick it away. He did. Gabara keeps it in front of him, looking for Ward. Ward cuts it in, takes a bounce for another corner. Gabara will try again. He had a very good effort on that last one. We'll see if his second try goes for something more than just something that sat in the 6-yard. 5 in the box for Maryland. Comes into the edge of the 6. Sako Kante and Robert Yunshai team up to send it away. As Almeida's the one down on the ground here in the 6-yard box. And it looks like the athletic trainer is going to be called out here.
Yeah, you don't usually see Almeida go down like this. He was probably going for a header. It looks like he's holding the back of his head. Maybe got contact there when he was going up. As we are now all waiting at this field. And
it looks like Almeida's going to be fine to at least walk himself off the field.
It's a good sign there for the Bobcats, at least the fact that he got back up and he's able to keep moving around. Good sign for Almeida, and hopefully they have a move because Almeida might have to go off for this one.
Yeah, they do have a couple of players available off the bench in the defensive roles, Philip Burnett and Julian Hodek. But looks like Almeida will head back toward the defensive area where he's normally positioned. And because it was Maryland's ball on the clearance, looks like they'll just drop it for Andrew Wyvell.
This is one of those injuries where Almeida just has to wait off for a second, maybe get a sip of water, and then he can come right back in.
Looks like he's ready at the next signal to come back on, but Maryland temporarily going to play with 10.
This is tough, too. A tough time to play with numbers down.
Ward finds Amo, back for Ward. Ward playing a foosball-style pass sideways as Almeida comes back on and will get back into his position. Abdou Tiam able to win the ball to Passian, and Passian taken down. Yet another foul. Here comes the yellow card once again. And Michigan's putting up a protest about it, but yet another late challenge. And Elias McLeod, the second Michigan player to go into the book. 83rd minute of action is here. And a long free kick coming, it looks like. Espinal's going to stand on the end of it. We'll see what he is going to be capable of from this distance. Maryland has sent 5 into the penalty area. Tyler Gabara stands over the ball as well, as the referee marks off the mandatory 10 yards. We'll see what the play is here. Gabara off of his left and Espinal off of his right. Keeping a high line at the 18 are the Stars.
It appears it's going to be Espinal's kick here.
And I don't know why Leon Marich is running off. Oh, he's getting subbed off. Interesting. Michigan's going to pull a defensive sub here. And off is going to come the goal scorer, Leon Marich.
Oh, weird time to do that. I understand that they're defending a free kick here, but I wasn't aware that they were allowed to do that on a set piece like that.
Especially on a set piece they have to defend. I normally think that the substitutes are reserved for not times like that.
Yeah, never really are you allowed to do that. He must have said he had an injury or something.
Nicholas Nikola, the one that comes on. Wyvell waits right into Yunshai's legs on a block. Mason sends it back into the blender. Ward chips it up right, and he'll concede the throw-in. It is a regular season game, so no overtime in this contest, but definitely a rivalry brewing between these two teams at the top of the East table in Nisa. Here comes a corner kick after Wright was unable to play defense well enough to keep that in play.
Going to be another one for Gabara here, and his last 2 were really pretty corner kicks. The last one, Luis Almeida got injured, so we're hoping that It's not the same case here again.
This is the third corner kick of the half. All have been kicked from this spot by Gabara.
5th corner here for the Bobcats on the day, compared to only 2 for the Stars.
5 in the box, sending it low, bounces off of a Michigan player's back, and that'll be another corner here for Maryland, their 4th of the half. Wow.
Despite the game being only 1-1, we got 5 shots on target for the Stars and only 2 for the Bobcats.
Looks like Wyvell is going to get subbed off too.
Looks like Caleb Pritchett may get some minutes today.
Indeed he will. Number 9 for the Maryland Bobcats, the star of the Independent Cup. 5 goals throughout the case of that tournament as Gabara sends another one in. It's going to be low. Almeida can't get on the end of it. Clearance out here. Wright running for it. Gabara taking it away.
Absolutely spectacular hustle there from Gabara to get back in transition at a vital time.
Possian the one back. Back for Elijah Amo.
We are at the 85th minute of this match.
Tense moments here as another block here. Maryland will reset with play. 4 subs here for Alex Cow so far in this game. Wyvell for Pritchett, the most recent one. That's 4 strikers in the game with Amo, Espinal, Tiam, and Pritchett. So clearly Alex Cow heading for a victory. Not going to be content with just a unbeaten run of 12 games. He wants to push it to a 12-game winning streak. Possian. Almeida. Possian got a late game winner in the last Maryland Bobcats game after the Bobcats had to come back to tie it. Travis Ward on the end here in the penalty area. Defended well by McLeod. Almeida down for Possian. Possian waiting for options, finds a foosball pass to Mason. Amo, Espinal, the goal scorer today for Maryland. Gets it onto his right foot, curls it, and could not pass it for Pritchett or get it on net. It ends up going between for a goal kick.
That's a tough one there for Espinal. Just kind of similar to that last shot, but this one just way off target. I think he was just being a little impatient there, but not a bad time to be a little selfish in this 86th minute. Still notched at 1-1.
Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but in the last 6 or 7 minutes, it's been all Bobcats attacks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think you could go even further to say the last 10, 15 minutes max. I mean, we haven't really seen pressure on this side of the field by the Stars in the last 15 minutes, and that's just a waste of a goal kick there. Just absolute waste of time, waste of goal kick. The Bobcats really need to get something brewing, and they might here.
I don't know what McCruva was aiming for there, but it ends up being a throw for Mason. Espinal back to Boyle. This is the first bit of action Boyle's had in a while. 87 and a half gone by. One touch for Amo. Pritchett running through. Back for Espinal, back for Ward. Ward cuts in. He's taken down hard, got all ball, no foul.
It's a great, perfectly timed tackle there. Just unfortunate there, but that one's going to be an easy one. That might be another card.
Yeah, I think it is. Ref reaching into the pocket. Mason probably wants to keep it simple as, yeah, Gabara comes in and he will have a yellow card here in the 88th.
Tell you what, Max, that first half was pretty slight in terms of cards, but now the referee is not being so nice. Not being shy with these cards, as we're going to have at least 3 yellow cards.
We have a tip from, no, that's 4.
Is that 4 for today?
Possian got 1, Gabara got 1, McLeod got 1, and Bowie got 1. We have a tip from our red hat, Brett Tulip, situated between the benches. There are 4 minutes of added time planned as Sacco Conte sends the ball in. We'll see what the official announcement is in about a minute and a half. Ward, Gabara. Gabara wrestled to ground by Daniel Wright. Gabara trying to take it quickly, and Wright was standing on top of it. He's going to get a yellow card too. That's now 2 substitutes to get yellow cards, Gabara and Wright. And Wright just for standing over the ball and not getting out of the way fast enough. Final minute of regular time. Kosei Hase.
And the Bobcats got to go if they're going to go at all. I mean, about 4 minutes of extra time added, but still. And he's offsides.
Yeah, Pritchett on the chip in, but he's offside.
Tough break for the Bobcats. That one goal that they had, just I believe it was the 62nd minute around that time, Max.
It was.
Just unfortunate for them. Wasn't even anything that was entirely their fault. Just a missed header there, miscue in the box.
Sometimes the bounces fall your way, and for Marich, it results in his 7th of the year. Makruva taking his time on this goal kick and sends it straight to Elijah Amo. One touch here, setting up Gabara on the run. Gabara gets behind his man. Amo getting in on the goal. He scores! Goal! Elijah Amo!
At the perfect time there. A beautifully played ball there from Gabara. Flicked on. Elijah Amo, one touch, slots it into that bottom left corner of the net. And just like that, the Bobcats, as we enter extra time, get that 2-1 lead.
Oh, they left the door open for Elijah, and he walked right through. Personally, I've been waiting to make that joke for a long time. 2-1 Bobcats. Boyle came all the way up to celebrate from his position. There are still going to be added time minutes, 5 now on the board. So there will be 5 minutes, meaning this game will end roughly at 9:01 p.m. It is 8:56 right now. So 5 minutes of added time, and Michigan, I don't think they're going to go quietly. Wow, what a play from Gabara, Ward, and Amo on that 3-headed pass. Able to just squeak it in on that far post for Amo's shot.
Absolutely, and that just brings the energy back to the Bobcats and kind of just gives them, I don't want to say what they deserved, Max, but what they've been working for the last 20 minutes or so.
So Famel Restrepo blew the whistle to restart play, but Tiam and Amo were both still on the Michigan half of the field. As now it is go time for the Stars, and the Bobcats trying to defend this lead. Heavy first touch, sent high into the night by Kosei Hase. Yunshai's header. Falls. Tiam waiting. Tiam spinning away from pressure. Back for Pasian. Back again. Almeida sends it long. Elijah Amo, number 7, the goal today. That is his 4th of the season. Separating the two teams again as we enter 5 minutes of stoppage time. We've played 1 so far. Wright, unable to keep it in. Some late drama here from Marine Hendricks Field. Pritchett played it down. Tiam could not run onto it. Now Michigan, after playing potentially for the tie in the last 10 minutes, they're now trying to play to get back to a tie. A deep throw in here. Do the Stars have it in them as we hit now the 2nd minute of stoppage time? Looks like they're going to be playing for a deep throw in here. Run up from the advertising boards. Pritchett with a nice header to play it up. Pritchett will keep it back in. Looks like he kept it in, but he didn't. Carlos Dominguez spotted it, the assistant referee. And a yellow card here looks like to Pritchett for wasting time. That's now 5 yellow cards on the game, 3 for the Bobcats and 2 for the Stars. Some confusion as to what ball they're going to play here as the ball kids are each throwing in a ball trying to pick up the pace for the Stars. Everybody's up but Makruva for this goal kick. Corner is headed out. Espinal spins it up to the touchline. Wright gets it right back. Ward running in for the defense. Taken down at the edge of the box. Free kick. By the time this is kicked, we'll have about 1 minute left of stoppage time remaining. Jacob Boyle is going to have to set up this wall as, ooh man, that is right at the edge of the 18. Unfortunate break for Travis Ward, almost conceding a penalty there.
They've had a few of these, really. The edge of the box, had one in the handlebars of that box earlier, and one on this near side as well. And now they're going to try the far side out.
And Daniel Wright just missed it on the right side of the handlebar on the penalty box area. As I count 4 in the wall for the Bobcats. Elias McLeod is standing just off of the wall. Tiam directing traffic. Here comes Wright. The kick into the wall off his own guy. Header comes down. Boyle sends it through. Anthony Bowie ties the game late.
And just like that, the Bobcats absolutely distraught again. Fumbling the ball in the box. They really have to be more adamant about getting that ball out and be sharper on their touches. Boyle gets the save, and they still couldn't recover in time and clear that ball away. So that's going to notch this game at 2 apiece with literally less than a minute left in extra time.
You wonder here in referee's discretion how much time Maryland might have for a final attack. That came after the last 5. And right off the restart, they go for the Zava, and it's off target anyway. Makruva is totally content to just stand over this ball and let somebody run after him. That someone is Caleb Pritchett, but Michigan looks like they might just escape here with a tie, as they'll be the only 2 teams to pull results from the only teams to pull results from from Maryland this year has been the Stars. A win in the second game of the season for the Bobcats, and here looking like a draw from Marine Hendricks Field. Passian, Maryland's not going to go away quietly, and neither is Michigan. I wonder how much time is going to be added here. And that's the ball game. A 2-2 final score from Marine Hendricks Field, as the Bobcats drop points for the first time at home with a draw. Still unbeaten in 12 games, but you really wonder what could have been tonight.
No, really, and the result that they were looking for, 2 mishaps in the box that were not really defined attacks by the opponent. The Stars didn't really go for runs and then put the ball away. It was almost just 2 deflections by the Bobcats, 2 almost saves by Boyle, and just unfortunate result for the Bobcats real late in the game.
Our producer, Hannah Savoy, would like to say something, so I'm going to pass my headset to her. Here you go.
Max, you have been nothing but amazing for the past 2 seasons that you have been here with the Bobcats. We do want to give you a goodbye gift, so when you go down to do your interview with the team, make sure you leave with it, okay?
And those that are tuning in on NISA, this is Max's last game, like he mentioned earlier, and I hope that you all have enjoyed Max for these last seasons and really just loved every bit of his presence. We cannot do this, and we cannot thank Max enough.
Hey, James, I think everyone's going to be in good hands with James taking you the rest of the way. And hey, good luck at University of Maryland this year for you, getting restarted in school coming up soon, coming on Monday, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good luck in Dublin.
Thank you. Aaron Go Bra, Ireland forever. So thank you so much to everybody. It's been a real honor to be part of this team for the last 2 seasons, and I send you off in good hands, though. For all of us here at Marine Hendricks Field, I'm Max Walpuff. Have a great night, and see you next time.